Today, we visited Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles on the quiet anniversary of August 26th, the day in 2023 when the world said goodbye to Bob Barker. At age 99, he left behind a legacy that reached far beyond game shows, touching generations with his warmth, integrity, and gentle advocacy. For decades, his voice was a familiar comfort in living rooms across America, inviting us with a cheerful, "Come on down," and closing each episode with a heartfelt reminder, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Born Robert William Barker on December 12, 1923, in Darrington, Washington. He spent his formative years on the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota, where his mother worked as a schoolteacher. After serving in the U.S. Navy Reserve during World War II, he began his journey in broadcasting, working in radio while attending college. By 1950, he had moved to California and launched The Bob Barker Show, a successful radio program that opened the door to television. In 1956, he became the host of Truth or Consequences, a role he held for 18 years, while also serving as the longtime MC of the Miss USA and Miss Universe pageants, 1967-1987. But it was in 1972 that he stepped into television history, taking over as host of CBS's The Price is Right. For 35 years, making it the longest-running daytime game show in North American history, he welcomed everyday people with sincerity, humor, and grace, turning pricing games into moments of shared joy and excitement. With his silver hair, easy laugh, and genuine connection to contestants, Bob never sought to overshadow others. Instead, he celebrated them, making ordinary people feel seen, valued, and lucky, whether they won a toaster or a new car. Off-camera, Bob lived by deeply held values. After the passing of his wife, Dorothy Jo, his partner of 36 years, and the love of his life, in 1981, he turned his focus toward animal welfare, a cause close to both their hearts. A passionate advocate, he used his platform to promote compassion for animals. In 1994, he founded the DJ&T Foundation, named in honor of Dorothy Jo and his mother Matilda Tilly Valandra, which has since provided millions of dollars in support to low-cost spay, neuter clinics, animal rescue efforts, and humane education programs nationwide. He retired in 2007 after an extraordinary 50-year career on television, but remained a cherished public figure. Fans were delighted by his surprise return in 2015 for an April Fool's Day segment, where he playfully took Drew Carey's place at the podium, delivering one last joyful "Come on down" that brought the audience to laughter and tears. At Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills, his final resting place is peaceful and unassuming, fitting for a man who led with humility. There are no grand displays, just the quiet presence of someone who used his fame not for spectacle, but for good. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. Thank you for showing us that entertainment can be both joyful and meaningful, and that the simplest messages, spoken with sincerity, can leave a lasting mark on the world. Born Harold John Smith on August 24, 1916, in Petoskey, Michigan, he began his career in radio before becoming one of the most versatile and beloved voice actors of his time. Yet it was a live-action role that made him a familiar face in homes across America. Otis Campbell, the kind-hearted town drunk on The Andy Griffith Show, with his gentle stumble, bashful smile, and the jailhouse key he kept for safekeeping, Otis was never mocked, only met with patience and compassion by Sheriff Andy Taylor and the people of Mayberry. In the 1986 reunion film Return to Mayberry, Otis returned sober driving an ice cream truck, a quiet, hopeful arc that reflected Hal's own values. In his later years, Hal lent Otis's familiar charm to public service messages with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MADA, using humor and humility to encourage responsibility. He even reprised the role in Alan Jackson's 1991 music video for Don't Rock the Jukebox, a testament to the character's lasting place in American culture. Behind the scenes, Hal was a titan of animation. His warm, expressive baritone gave life to some of the most cherished characters in children's entertainment. Owl in Disney's original Winnie the Pooh shorts, later compiled into The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, a role that made him the voice of thoughtful, slightly fussy wisdom for children around the world. Uncle Tex on the Flintstones, Gyro Gearloose and Flintheart Glomgold on DuckTales, and Goliath on Davy and Goliath. Dozens of roles across the Jetsons, Top Cat, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, Hong Kong Phooey, Clutch Cargo, Gumby, and countless Hanna-Barbera favorites that defined Saturday mornings for generations. To radio audiences, he was also the original John Avery Whitaker, the wise and caring grandfather at the heart of Adventures in Odyssey, a role that showcased his storytelling warmth and gentle moral guidance. Hal was married to Louise C. Smith for 56 years, from 1936 until her passing in 1992. Together, they raised a son and built a life grounded in faith, family, and dedication to their craft. After Louise's death, Hal's health declined, and he passed away from an apparent heart attack on January 28, 1994. At Woodlawn Cemetery, his resting place is simple and unassuming. No cartoon figures, no Mayberry memorabilia. Just the name of a man who used his voice to bring joy, comfort, and character to millions. Rest in harmony, Hal Smith. Thank you for reminding us that kindness can live in a stumble, wisdom in a hoot, and that one voice, used with heart, can echo through childhoods for generations.